Hello and welcome to Leo season. Thanks for tuning in to the Embodied Astrology podcast. My name is Renee Sills. I'm a consulting astrologer and an embodiment educator. And I am taking some much needed time off this summer. So these horoscopes were recorded way back in Gemini season. Please let me know how they land for you in the comments. And just know that I do read my comments and I'm always so grateful to hear how the current influences are affecting everyone differently. Astrology is vast and sun sign horoscopes are general, so remember that not everything will resonate for everyone and to take what works and leave the rest. I also want to remind you that horoscope astrology is most accurate for your rising sign. But, pro tip, there are 30 degrees in every sign, and if your rising degree is later than 25, I would recommend also listening or reading to the horoscopes for the signs that follow yours. If you have a different rising and sun sign, listen for your sun sign for information on your general energy. And you can also listen to your moon and Venus placements for more insight into the current state of your relationships. If you enjoy my readings, make sure to check out your 2025 year ahead expanded horoscope. Those readings are discounted by 25% now, but still have so much information that is very relevant to this year and to this season. You can find them linked in the show notes below. I also want to invite you to join me with my friend, colleague, and collaborator, Ramon Parrish, on the Leo New Moon, July 24th, for a special online event we're hosting based on Ramon's recently published book, Drama of the Planets. We'll learn about Ramon's process as an intuitive poet and practice tuning in with our natal charts, celestial muses, and planetary allies for inspiration in our own artistry and poetry. If you want to work with me personally, you can find me on Mondays in Somatic Space, a weekly online class where we practice embodying current astrology through gentle exploratory movement, meditation, and visualization. If this work benefits you and you want to help me keep giving these monthly readings for free, please consider signing up for a recurring monthly donation. If every one of our listeners gave $1 a month, we would cover all of our operating expenses and have funds freed up to offer you even more. Other great ways to support this work are to follow, subscribe, like, comment, sign up for our free newsletter, and send this work to your friends and networks. Links for everything are in the show notes, and you can also find everything I just talked about at embodiedastrology.com. All right, everybody, welcome to Leo season. Meow. Your horoscopes are coming up next. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Leo season. You might know that Leo is an important sibling sign for you on what's called the fixed cross. Both Scorpio and Leo are fixed energies. That means that you are both immensely powerful and deeply stubborn. Scorpio and Leo epitomize the elemental power that they belong to. So Scorpio is the strongest kind of water and Leo is the strongest kind of fire. Everybody has all 12 signs in their chart. And for Scorpio solar charts, Leo holds the heaven of the chart. And this is a really important place in your chart. This is a place that has a lot to do with your career, your vocation, your sense of lineage and legacy, how you put yourself out into the world. Your public image and reputation are important themes for this part of your chart as well. And so as we move into Leo season, there is a lot of emphasis flowing towards who you are in the world and what that means right now and what it has meant and also what it could mean in the future. Now we enter into Leo season while Mercury is retrograde in Leo. Mercury stationed retrograde just about a week before Leo season began on July 18th, and it will station direct on August 11th. And the first couple of days of Leo season are also leading us to a very powerful and charged feeling new moon on July 24th. So my feeling is that a lot of you are in a place of uncertainty right now. You may be rethinking what it is that you are doing or how it is that you are doing what you're doing. There may be situations that have needed to change and considerations that require you to shift around some of your goals and ambitions right now. Some of you are working really hard for something in the future, and there is a sense of preparation or anticipation. So regardless of what the situation is, it does feel like this is a time that has a lot of pressure. And the pressure, it feels like, has to do with creation. And here, I mean the creation of your life. You are an artwork, Scorpio. Let's just be real about it. You are artistry in your breath, your body, your being. How you create your life is a creative process and project. And it really feels like that right now. And some of you, and not all of you, but some of you are feeling an immense sense of failure at the moment. And it's not all of you. So if you're not feeling that way, then this part of the message isn't for you. But if you are feeling that way, then I have to say that it is coming through really strong in the charts that this is a possibility, this sense of failure. And failure right now could have to do with your capacities and abilities and resources, not having what you need to do what you actually really want to do. And that could include all kinds of things, personally, relationally, collectively, environmentally, etc. If this is how you're feeling, first and foremost, I just want to extend care and love to you, Scorpio. And I want to say that failure is a really important part of all artistic processes. And through failure and through hardship and challenge and the sense of, our own limitation, that is actually how we cultivate our gifts. And so many times people, think that they're headed in one direction, but actually they're headed somewhere else. And the reason why they're heading in a particular direction is so that they can learn specific lessons that will help them move to this other place. And I'm just going to say that, and take it or leave it. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm going to say that I believe in our soul's path and destiny. And I also believe that, in many ways, the challenges that we have in our lives are important for our souls to experience. And that could sound all kinds of terrible ways right now, considering how much hardship, devastation, and absolutely unnecessary violence many people experience. I want to add to that I think that our souls and spirits are not separate. And that as we experience and evolve through human lifespans, there is some kind of collective process and growth. Now, some of you might feel that or hear that and feel like, fuck that. Like, this is not, I don't want that kind of baloney in my horoscope. And so feel free to take what works and leave the rest. But I am feeling from your chart right now that there are ways that you can make the most of what is currently happening for you if you are feeling a sense of failure, disappointment, hardship, etc. And the way that you make the most of it right now is to actually let your body and your bodily intelligence be the guide for you. I want to offer here that our spirits are the homes for our body rather than the other way around. Some people sometimes say that the body is the home for the spirit. I think our spirits are bigger and vaster than our bodies in these lifetimes and these timelines, but our bodies resonate with the energy of our spirits. And something is happening in your body right now that needs you to pay attention to it because it has spiritual messages. And when I say spiritual messages, I am saying these are messages from your spirit directly. They are asking you to grow in certain ways, to respect particular limitations, to show up for particular kinds of hardships. Some of you really need to feel some feelings and process the feelings so that they can transform alchemically and help you take different kinds of actions in the future. Some of you need to disrupt some stagnancy in your life. There may be ways that you have been caught in certain kinds of patterns, and you are really needing and ready to shift those patterns, and your body is letting you know that right now. It is letting you know that it needs a change. This may be absolutely in the way of the goal that you had for your life and your public image and your career, and your body's like, sorry, we can't do that right now. But if you allow your body to be your guide and be your teacher, there is a reason for what you are going through, and you will find out what it is. But you have to really listen to that sense of bodily intelligence right now. Now, not everybody is feeling a sense of failure. So some Scorpios out there are just working really hard right now. And in this sense of working hard, I think you feel a potential for what is happening and what you can grow with consistency, with effort, with labor. And there are a lot of opportunities opening up for Scorpios right now. And I'm going to say that in general, whether or not you feel a sense of failure, possibility, or success, there are doors opening for Scorpio right now. But these doors open the widest and the most generously for all of you when you are really paying attention to your body and your bodily wisdom and the call of your spirit. And you can contact your spirit by tuning in with your body, tuning in with your heart, tuning in with your energy. And I feel that these first several days, I'm going to say the first week and a half of Leo season, has a particular kind of intensity in the Scorpio charts. And you want to work this intensity by being with it in ways that allow it to alchemize and transform inside of you. This is potentially a really strengthening time for a lot of you because it is so clarifying. And many of you are getting a lot of clarity on what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you're actually invested and interested and devoted to, and what is beside the point. And you really need to listen to these messages right now. There is a lot that is here. The last thing I'm going to say about the first week and a half of Leo season is that there is some really important insight that's coming in for you guys. And it feels like the insight that is coming in has to do with your path, with your purpose, and with the ways that you are working and creating. Now, not everybody is concerned with a career or a job. And I will say that definitely career and vocation are strongly figured here, but it can be bigger than that as well. So if you are a parent or a grandparent or a teacher or a role model or anybody who has care and concern for the world right now, how you carry yourself in the world is hugely important. And there is a lot of insight that you are gaining right now about your energy. Again, the sense of subtle energy and what you are available for has everything to do with kind of how you receive it internally. So at the end of your horoscope for Cancer season, I gave you a kind of guided embodiment that had to do with awareness of your own energy and whether or not you could feel this sense of moving forward or moving back. And I talked to you about how urgency and anticipation and feeling of attachment to our goals and ambitions can often bring up a felt sense of forward motion. And we can get very much in the front parts of our heads. Our eyes can get wider. Our body weight can actually shift forward when we're in that space of urgency and ambition. Alternately, if we are feeling deflated, defeated, depressed, mistrusting, defensive, sometimes it can feel like we're receding into the back. And there can actually be a sense of like an energetic wall in front of us. Now, either energetic manifestation can be repelling to the opportunities that we actually want. And just think about, having an attraction to a person or something. If they're like all over you and coming on strong and, so urgent to get your attention, it's like a lot of people are like, especially Scorpios are going to be like, I'll move back. Likewise, if someone is really guarded and defensive and you feel like you can't get a read on them, it's like, I don't know, how do you even connect? And so I think that a lot of you are really needing to pay a lot of attention right now to your subtle energy and what you are actually available for and how you are communicating and transmitting energetically into the world. Something like 90% of our communication is actually nonverbal, and it is energetic. It has to do with our postures, with our facial expressions, and with the vibe that we are emitting at any given time. And if you are wanting to manifest, and I think many of you are wanting to manifest in your life right now, you begin manifestation internally by recognizing what the qualities are that you are trying to draw into your life and where you have blockages in the continuity or coherence of those qualities. So if I'm trying to manifest, a great relationship in my life, but then I feel when I check in with my body that I'm mistrusting and I keep rehashing situations that have gone wrong, that's a little, break in the chain. That disrupts the coherence of what I am trying to manifest. So I don't want to suppress or deny that these past experiences have happened. I want to care for them and tend to them and listen to the parts of me that are still hurt and try and do some healing work with those parts so that I can be available to trust and to love and to open and have faith, that is actually possible for me. And so working with our subtle energy does require process. It requires deep listening. And Leo season is asking Scorpios to listen pretty deeply. And I'm going to say that it looks like almost the first 3 weeks until Mercury stations direct on August 11th, that your life is asking you to listen deeply. It's asking you to tune in with your intention, with your attention, with how your energy is moving and shaping you. It's asking you to really try and sense the energetic truth behind your words. Are you being honest with your energy, with your expression? Are you being guarded? Are you kind of like blowing it out of proportion? Your job right now is to be 100% honest and authentic, and you need to do that with you first and foremost. Between the 22nd of July and the 1st of August, this is such a concentrated feeling. And I hope that if you're focused at all in the outer world, how you want to grow, what your career is doing, etc., that you will take this period of time to forget about it and really focus within, because there are big recognitions, realizations, and some of you are going through some changes right now. And these are important changes. They are liberating changes. They want you to let go of unnecessary burdens. And a lot of these burdens are the ones that you have imposed on yourself. As we get into the month of August, we are moving towards a full moon on August 9th in the sign Aquarius. Aquarius is also a sibling sign for you on the fixed cross. And then a couple of days later, Mercury stations direct. So this full moon and the subsequent days are bringing some information to you about relationships. And here I'm talking about the kinds of relationships that are the most supportive and sustaining for you. So this could be partners, it could be family, it could be friends. For some of you, it's relationships that are not in the human realms. It might be your relationship with nature, or your relationships with animals or ancestral spirits, or it could be your relationship to learning or to travel or beauty or something like that. This is a period of time that is asking you to fortify your foundation and support. And there is a illumination and recognition right now of where you need support and where you kind of want to rebalance and recalibrate in the ways that you may feel unsupported. So if you're pouring a ton of energy into what you're doing into the world, in your career, your work, etc., but you're not really paying attention to your home life, you definitely need to be paying attention to your home. If you're putting a ton of energy into the world, into how people see you in your public image, but you're not really allowing people to see you in the reality of you, like, I don't know, when you're not trying to be a person out there in the world, right? But you're just like a person in the world. Then you need to rebalance that. You want to recalibrate. And I feel that this full moon is asking you to, again, to tune in, but this time in a little bit of a different way. And I feel like the energy right now is about receiving. Can you be receptive? Can you allow a compliment in? What does it feel like when someone tries to help you? Do you jump in your mind to how you're going to pay them back or what you're going to owe them? Or can you just let them help you and appreciate them for it, right? Can you feel that you are a person worthy of receiving? Your life is asking you to be receptive right now. And how you can increase receptivity is to practice noticing what is beautiful and what you are grateful for. This can be super, super small. See a flower that's pretty. Spend some time with it. Be appreciative of the labor that that flower put into its own growth. Thank the sun and the earth for the conditions that have allowed this flower to grow. Appreciate the opportunity that you have to witness this kind of beauty. These kinds of practices are simple. Some of you might think that they're corny, but they actually change your energetic vibration. When we attune with appreciation, with beauty, and with gratitude, we become more receptive and we become more available for appreciation and gratitude and beauty to flow into our lives. So I feel that a lot of you are wanting to do this, and I will say especially because the day that Mercury stations direct on August 11th is also the day that Venus and Jupiter come together in a conjunction in Cancer. Now, Venus and Jupiter are the two benefics of the planetary pantheon. They are here to give us the biggest gifts, and you want to take this opportunity. And the way that you take advantage of this opportunity is to be in a state of receptivity, gratitude, and appreciation. It is really about being your best self at this point, and your best self is your most authentic, heartful self. It is not you in the best performance you've ever given. It's not you rising to the expectations of your partner or your parents or the president or something like that. It is you actually just really centered in your heart, in your truth, and available to the beauty that is also all around you, the abundance that is all around you. You can attract good fortune and manifest opportunity and luck for yourself by really pouring a lot of attention into practices that help you expand your spiritual awareness. This can include faith practices and religious practices and meditation and contemplation, but this can also include being quiet with nature. It can include deep listening or enjoying music or art or something like that. So allow yourself to connect with what is expansive and what is beautiful in the world around you, and let this remind you of your deepest truth and greatest integrity, and let that energy ripple out. And if you are making any kind of overture right now, and I did say as Mercury stations direct, it is a really good time for you to put yourself out. Now, I can't remember if I said it this season or last season, but I'll say it right now, Scorpio. If some of you are waiting for the opportunity to put yourself out in some way, this could be applying for a job, sending a letter of interest, publishing that piece of writing that you've been working on, or doing some kind of public performance or something like that. Mercury stationing direct is the door opening for you. And this is a really cool time for you to be putting yourself out there. And I do feel that many of you are looking for a change right now. So this is a great time to be experimenting and trying something different and seeing what is available to you. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of an embodiment practice, and I already mentioned this, and so maybe you've already been doing it, but this is a practice of appreciating beauty and helping yourself open to abundance by practicing gratitude. And so if you're willing right now, Scorpio, I want to invite you to join me in closing your eyes and maybe resting your hands somewhere on your body. I'm going to let my hands rest over my heart. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to intentionally relax my brain. And then, Scorpio, let's call in some kind of felt sense of beauty and what emerges in your consciousness is unique to you. So think about the kind of beauty that you feel really moved by. And what emerges in my mind is a sunset over the ocean. So whatever emerges in your mind as just exquisite beauty. And I want to invite you to allow yourself to receive that beauty, to feel the opportunity and gratitude of that reception, and to practice appreciation and gratitude intentionally. And you might practice gratitude by thanking the earth or the ancestors or the angels or the universe or yourself or someone else. What are the causes and conditions for this beauty? Allow yourself to visualize and remember and imagine. And notice the feeling in your body of appreciating beauty, of practicing gratitude. Notice the feeling in your head and in your heart. And if anything has shifted, if anything feels a little softer, then know that that feeling is for you. That sensation is for you. And it's something that you can come back to, you can cultivate and practice at any time. And you might set an intention now to practice this kind of appreciation and gratitude in particular circumstances or at specific moments in the season ahead. And Scorpio, I truly hope that this reading and that practice serve you well in Leo season and beyond. Bye for now.